Hello and good Monday morning to you, my belated Valentine's on flambe meringue crispies. Welcome to February's third episode of our weekly reading book review. I have a short stack of books to tell you that I read, and a larger stack of books I'm sort of reading or hope to or listening to or all the things. So we're going to talk about stories. Many happy coffee cheers to you. Very exciting announcement coming to the crayon box later today, hopefully in video format. It's gonna be a great week in the studio and otherwise, so stay tuned for postings about those delightful things. It's also 1 month until my very needed vacation. So excited. Okay, the first book I finished was Feast and Famine, The Last Great Heir by Carina. This is the Barnes & Noble paperback special edition. It was a cover buy. It was a blue spine buy and brand new in paperback buy, published simultaneously in hardcover and paperback. Love a metal grade paperback. It was fine. That's what I'll say. A little bit, what's it called? Anyway, Stephanie Garber-esque, but also Great British Baking, but also like magic and sisters and competing countries, I guess, for demons that are giant cats, and it was fine. It was fine. Okay, nothing wrong with it, just wasn't that memorable and could have been my headspace, but stunning, worth a read. Might not go down in history, but it was good. Okay, the next one, I'm glad I started early because it took longer than I expected. This is Six of Crows, Leigh Bardugo. It was a reread. I probably read it, I don't even want to guess, 8-10 years ago. But reread it for book club this week, and woo, it took me a while. I just finished it last night. I mean, it's like 450 pages almost. And yes, it's a page turner, but it's still 450 pages. So enjoyed that. I do not keep a memory of stories. Like, I read them, I love them. I reread it and it's a surprise all over again. So that was delightful. I think finally on my read through, I could keep the characters distinct. I remember before, like, always getting Nina and Inez mixed up, I think because the 2 similar letters and 4-letter names, but we got it this time, and probably because of the Shadow and Bone Netflix series that I had like visuals, even though I don't remember the plot of that either. I could picture the characters in my head for Six of Crows. Also, just one more second, just to appreciate the crow wing and the city towers of Ketterdam. It's just good cover design, so thank you for that, world. Okay, did you see? I don't know. Last week was Valentine's Day, right? Best holiday ever. Love it. And Tuesday, husband and I went up to Asheville to celebrate a chai pani. You saw that post with the donuts too. Anyway, so I finally got my December signed indie bookstore pre-order from Malaprops up in Asheville. Hadn't made it up there because chaos. So yay, autographed copy. So this is Star Wars, Someone Who Loves You, written by my friend Beth Revis and illustrated by Sophie Lee. This is so cute. Also, she gave a little print postcard and they're so cute. So this is not just romantic love, it's all about friendship, and there's so many like Star Wars references in the visuals, and the story was so sweet, and I love it, I love it, I love it. So Beth, again, very belated, 3 months late, congrats on your picture book debut, and we get more of Leia's gorgeous dress. Beth also wrote The Princess and the Scoundrel, which was the grown-up novelization, she got to make it up, so grown-up Star Wars novel of Han and Leia's wedding and honeymoon, and delightful. So this is a kid-appropriate version. So cute, the little Ewoks, I love them. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna calm down someday. I also picture book deep dive videoed this gorgeous picture book in celebration of last week's celebration of Valentine's Day and all kinds of love. This is the most stunning picture book. It is 3D sets that the illustrator builds and then photographs, and the collage work is just unbelievable, and I won't go into it, but absolutely love that. Not just Valentine's perfect, but all the time sharing kindness, little paper hearts. It's just great. So Heartfelt. This is by Elaine, Vickers, and those gorgeous 3D illustrations by Samantha, cotterill. There's A lot of letters there. Maybe that's how you say her name. So loved that. So I'm going to count those 2 picture books as this week's reads. Also, I listened to, it may have been older episodes, but, you know, the podcast, you add them and it just, there's a lot. So I listened to the Middle Grade Matters podcast with Shannon Balloon, and she had a 2-part interview with James Ponti, who wrote City Spies and is currently writing the Sherlock Society. City Spies is up to like number 7, I think, just came out. London Calling, just like the Clash song. Can remember that. But anyway, I read this when I went to Paris a long time ago. Me traveling is not a good headspace for me to read because the heat cleans. Anyway, so I'm going to reread this on next month's vacation because Paris and his advice. Okay, his life story will make you cry. Bless you, James, and wife and family. And his writing advice at like the 40-minute mark to the end of the 2nd episode. Gold. So if you're writing or in any kind of creative pursuit, do listen to those 2 episodes with James Ponti, and I will tag the podcast below so you can find it. But I'm going to reread City Spies because big fan now. Even bigger fan. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, also my first book this week was Steering the Craft, a 21st Century Guide to Sailing the Sea of Story by Ursula K. Le Guin. These are very short little essays on tiny little topics, and there's exercises at the end of each chapter. So you could do it with a group, you could do it by yourself. I'm just scanning the exercise bits and reading the chapters because that's who I am right now. I'm also, I'm on Act 3 of Coriolanus in my Brush Up Your Shakespeare 2025. This is just the battles, politics, guys trying to convince people to vote for him, and then they're like, he's awful, and they vote for him anyway, and politics. So there's some good quotes in there that have nothing to do with politics. So we're still going to illustrate one of those, but just got to make it through Coriolanus. And I don't keep all these Roman names of senators and centurions and blah. I don't care. Okay. Also currently reading The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. I should have read that before I tried to read it backwards for you. This has been out about 10 years. I'm literally only on page 20. I started last night as I was falling asleep, but so cute. Love it. I love it. It just, the shape of it, and you know, Japanese fiction with a cat on the cover, you know, I'm gonna read it. Also, I picked up the Wicked Blu-ray, and I'm currently watching the making of. You know, I'm an art nerd, and golly, I love people doing their best work collaboratively to make something beautiful. So thoroughly enjoying all the bonus features of Wicked. And still, I've got like 2 hours left of the audiobook of What the River Knows by Isabella Bonas, so I can read the sequel, What the Library Hides, Where the Library Hides Something. There's a sequel that came out last fall, and this is her kind of like mummy-esque, but not as, it's not horror, but it's Egyptology, romance, historical romance, Egypt, adventure, hot English boy, etc. So loving that. This was a signed pre-order last year too. I just want to show it to you because she had pre-order goodies and gave that cool library card. She's also a graphic designer, and so she's very talented, and she drew me a little alligator, well, crocodile, because the Nile River, they're not alligators over there. Anyway, so cool. So I'm listening to that. Okay, there's more books around that I should be reading. But that'll do. Okay, let me know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. Also, finally got Wi-Fi working in our living room. So husband and I have been going through Great British Baking Show. I kind of know, spoiler alert, who wins, but he doesn't. So shh, don't tell him. Okay, coffee cheers to you. Much love to you. Hope you still have some leftover Frosted Heart cookies. I know where to find some. And I love you. Okay, we'll talk later. Bye.